Yeah. If you put yours on for me so I can see. How did we get it without shadow last time?
Don't know.
I think we moved the light away. Do you wanna?
It's just here the shadow is.
Right, so just maybe we had it turned around the other way. What do you think?
Want me to do that then?
Okay. What do you think?
Try.
Is that any better?
Don't know, just looking.
No. The other way was better. Hi everyone, we're just arranging the camera.
I think it's just the light.
Yeah. Let me know if you can see everything okay. We're just faffing about, bear with us. If you just... If we just... That's better, isn't it? Okay, I think we got there now. Yeah, that better? People can see?
That's what it is now.
All right.
Is that too zoomed in?
No.
Didn't show you now.
No. Okay. Just going to wait to see if any more join.
Why is it always freezing?
I don't know.
Every time I go on live it freezes.
I don't know, darling. Okay, well, so tonight I'm going to be doing a ice nail. I'm hoping you can see that.
Oh, well, yeah. It's a bit out of focus, but...
Better?
No, it keeps focusing on
Alright.
that. So, that's better.
So I'm going to do it now like this tonight. Okay. So when I find out how many people are watching. We'll go from there. I need to see, Daisy.
I can't get the comments up for some reason.
I'm going to get my my tablet. But I need to see comments, darling.
But
Okay, we're just getting the other tablet. We can't read the comments. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Has anybody else done ice nails before?
Maybe no one's just commenting. Wait.
No, you want to go on the group. Oh, you are on the group. Okay, there we are. Okay. Should I get on with it? Wait. Or wait?
Doesn't even show on this. It must be.
All right. Nobody talking then. There's nobody on there.
It says 10 others are watching, but up here it says 1.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'll do is I should just carry on. Should we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tonight I'm using Alexa's clear acrylic. Okay. I'm going to be using CC Nails ink in blue. Okay. I'm using an SBD form. I've got some tin foil. I've got some iridescent bits and some white glitter. Okay. So I've filed my nail already. So I'm ready to put the form on. Didn't want to bore you. Okay. Okay, so with the form, you tear it and then we roll it. Okay. So these SBD forms are really thick, which is excellent. So I'm going to do a long now. But if you've got a form that's quite flimsy, my suggestion is you can buy, like, I think Katie Barnes sells it. It's like an aluminium that you put on the other side of your form to give it extra strength. So that would be the thing to do. Okay. So I'm creating a long stiletto. So stilettos normally face down, but if it's going to be a long one, it's more or less even. Okay, and just make sure. Okay, so it's right up underneath and then I pinch. The beauty of Louise's SBD forms is you very rarely have to cut them. Okay, and you need to make sure. What, that way?
No, that way.
I don't know, I can't see what you're doing.
That way.
Thank you. Just say back.
Okay.
The line is in line with your knuckle. Okay? And then we... Right, so I'm just going to dehydrate and prime my nail. Use whichever ones that you use. And make sure your primer gets in all your nooks and crannies. Quite often I see people not putting it in the nooks and crannies. Okay. So if I do it that way, can you see? That way. Okay. So it's still going down very slightly. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've got 2 pots of monomer here. One purely for my clear, and one for my blue ink. Okay, because I want my, I didn't do it on this one, but I want a slight blue tinge to my acrylic. So the best way forward, you can use gel polish too for this, is to tint the monomer and use a clear, and then you get the lovely translucent look, like you would do with a jelly nail or what they would call a glass nail. I'm just opening up my pots. Okay. So with your tin foil, you screw it up and then you reopen it. Okay. Everyone busy this week for Christmas. Busy, one of the busiest weeks of the year. Okay, if you were going to have a smile line, you would do your smile line and then cut the tin foil out to go around your smile line. But I'm not doing a smile line today. Sorry, my voice is going. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. So let me put a few drops of blue. You can put as little as much as you want in, really.
They're supposed to see that.
Well, yeah.
It's not even in the shot.
Well, you could have told me before. Is it in the shot now?
No.
Well, tell me where I'm supposed to be. Here. Yeah? Okay, so I've added the blue ink, a few drops, and I'm just going to check to see if it's the right colour. What do you think? Do you think it could be bluer, or that's enough?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, let me just... I have to put lids on because I knock everything. Okay, so next I'm going to just fold. You can buy tin foil with sticky back on it and everything. By all means use that. You can also use cling film. Okay, so I'm just going to put my foil on just like that. Okay, you don't want to smooth out all your cracks and stuff because that's why we're doing it in the first place. Okay, and then I've learnt, first time my tin foil got stuck to my nail and I had to dig it out. So I have since learnt that if you put cuticle oil over the top of the foil, it makes it easier to when you pulling it away. So I'm just going to drop some oil. Okay. So to begin with, I'm just going to put a bit of plain down as a base. I always do this. I know some nail techs don't. I prefer to do it. So when I'm filing and redesigning, I file just down to the clear acrylic. And you don't have to keep, oh, wrong one. You don't have to keep touching the natural nail. It just protects. It's all about protecting their nails as well. Okay, so I got slimy fingers. Okay, so now I'm going in the blue and I'm gonna pick up my clear. Okay, and place it on. It's always difficult doing it on yourself. Okay, make sure there's plenty over that free edge. Okay, and then you just basically walk it down. So I will encapsulate this with just the plain clear. Remember, try and work as tidy as you can. Not quite so easy with tin foil. So my form keeps coming undone. I think it's the oil. Okay. So I'm going to do a long one to match my other long one, but you can do short ones. It doesn't have to be long, but I thought if I did a long one, you could see the effect a bit more. Okay. Where's the end of my form? There, isn't it? Okay, sorry, I've got greasy fingers. I think it's from that oil. I'm just going to put a few bits in down the side that I can see that I need to do.
It's to be in a bit.
We're going to have to start putting an X marks a spot.
Here's X marks the spot.
So I'm just going around the sides, making sure that everywhere is covered. It is a little harder to gauge when you've got tin foil in place, but you know, if you do put a little bit too much going down the sides, you can always take it off with the file. Okay, just one more bit. Okay, so whilst that is drying a bit, I'm just going to pick up, oh, sorry, I've got this white glitter, iridescent, so I'm going to pick up a tiny bit of clear with the ordinary monomer, dip it in. Then this is why I haven't done a smile line, because I'm doing a glittery one. Okay, and then we just brush it down. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I've got some iridescence, that's all right, leave it like that, that I'm just going to put in place. So I always take a few out, put it on my tissue, and then I can place them on. And I do this just to add another dimension. You can use anything that you've got. You could use it, you could just use a smile line even. Change it up. Okay, so take that one away. Pick up another little bit of white, and I'm just going to get a tiny bit more of the glitter. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dot it in places so we've got random bits of glitter. Okay, there we go. Okay, could you clear? Just putting lids on. Okay, I'm just going to re-pinch because it's separated a bit. Okay, I just need to wait for that to dry, and then I can give it a quick pinch, and then I can encapsulate it. Anybody else tried this before? Sorry, just having a swig of my coffee. Okay, it's still soft. Remember, when you add anything to your acrylic or your monomer, you compromise your product slightly. So I always find to make sure that you've got correct structures, and because you've compromised it, I always encapsulate in clear, because it gives you that strength and structure that you need that would have been you know, might have been compromised due to the fact that you've used other products in with it. It's always better to be safe than sorry and be precautionary. Just pinching with my fingers. I'm a little impatient. Okay, I might put a bit of clear here, just there. And on that side. Okay. Yeah. Where's the spot? Here.
I think so, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Where the rip is where I. Okay. Get my pinching tool. Okay. And I'm just going to give it a little added squeeze, just to make sure it's nice and slim. Okay. Right, so now I'll encapsulate. See, if you tap it, you can hear that it's done. I'm wondering if I can, oh no, I best encapsulate it. Don't want it to snap. Okay, so we start encapsulating. Some people start from the top and work down. When it's a longer nail, I start this way round. Okay, and when I've got a new bead, I always work it in backwards to make sure it's adhered properly. Okay. I use a fast setting monomer, but obviously if you need, I've missed the end there, look. You can work with whatever monomer you've chosen. If you're not used to working fast, go for a slightly slower setting monomer. Okay. So you can, if I can bring it up slightly, you can already see the cracked effect. I've tagged my daughter into helping me again. Okay. Try and keep your work as smooth as possible. It's less filing. Okay, so when it comes to extreme lengths, your apex ends up further back. Okay, and that's your counterbalance for such a long length. Okay, that's a bit, that's better. Okay, so I've got a bit of a dip here, so I'll just fill that in. Obviously, when you're doing extreme lengths, it also helps if you've got full control of your product. If it's slipping sliding everywhere, it will just make it so much harder to do. But again, this doesn't have to be just done on an extreme length. It can be done on much shorter nails. I've come on tonight because I won't have time to come on again before Christmas. Mad rush. Right, I can see I need a bit there. It's always harder to get it right when you're doing it on yourself. Okay. Just put a bit on the tip and that'll be done. There's a hair there. Everybody ready for Christmas? Okay, so if you can see, relatively straight lines. So you're never going to get the bottom of the nail perfectly straight because of the tin foil. So just cleaning my brush. Always make sure you clean your brushes thoroughly to make them last longer. It's nothing worth trying to work with a brush that's got a bit of acrylic stuck in it. So and you don't have to sort of really abuse your brushes. I just literally, I'll show you what I do. I'll bring the thing over. I literally, I dip and wipe. Dip and wipe. That's all I do to make sure that there's nothing in my brush. None of this putting your brush really flat and swirling it about. There's no need. Just do this and it cleans it nice and lovely. Okay. Take that out of the way. So when I start decluttering, because I don't want to knock anything over. I'm just waiting for the acrylic to set just a tad more, and then I'm going to give it another pinch. Ooh. Okay, so when it's not tacky, but it's not cured, that's when you pinch. And I just hold my pincher. Daisy's a beautician and she's suffering. Her back's killing her. Everybody trying to get everything ready for Christmas.
I'm fully booked at the other salon now at Westfield.
Oh. Not quite done. So my other nail, my middle nail, is not what I would call a stiletto. It's more of a triangle now. It's not a complete triangle now, that I learned with Rachel Willis. But I'm not going to show that shape. I'm just going to do a typical stiletto because, you know, you can book a lesson with Rachel to learn that shape. So it'd be a little unfair of me showing it, really. Alright, let's have a go. Okay. This is the bit we find out whether the tin foil comes off. Oh, a little bit stuck. I'll just... Much better than when I didn't use the cuticle oil, I'll have to say. So if I turn it over, you can see all your cracked ice effect. So it looks amazing when you top coat it. Let me just get rid of those. Okay, get a new file. Okie doke. So, just looking. So we do sides, top, and only when are we ready, completely happy with our sides, do we do the underneath. Okay? Still not quite dry. I need to leave it just a tad longer. Okay? Daisy got excited then.
My neck hurts the most.
Yeah, sounds better. Okay, so side walls. Oh, here, cross. When you're doing long nails, make sure you support the other side, okay? Because it really does hurt if you don't. So if you're doing them on a customer, even nails that come to about here, always support the nail because it can be really quite painful. So what I do a little bit on each side. So we don't end up with wonky. Okay. Obviously supporting the nail with another long nail on the other side is not always the thing to do. Okay, so you can see it's taking shape already. It was sort of in shape anyhow. So what I'm going to do is, because it's a little thicker than I'd like, I'm literally just going to do this to debulk it slightly. You can use an e-file. But I'm still inclined to use a hand file. Only when am I not feeling quite so well do I then think, oh, I'll just use the e-file today. Okay. So when you're doing the underneath, keep your nail file flat and file. Okay. If you don't keep your nail file flat, you're going to end up with a wonky underline thing. So I'm just going to sit in top.
Yeah.
I always put just a bit too much to what I need, so it does mean slightly more filing when I'm doing these extreme. Otherwise it's a bit of a bugger trying to add little bits that you've missed, you know, especially when you're using tin foil and stuff, because you can't quite gauge it. So I always opt for a bit extra, but obviously if you're confident enough, you don't have to. See, so keep rotating your file, because doing so, it will stop you getting wonky nails again. Right, I think I'm going to use my e-file just a little bit, just to take these sides up just a fraction. Let me do it faster. Okay, I was hoping I caught the other side, so you do both sides at the same time. Okay, that's my hand file. Obviously extreme shapes always take longer to file because they're extreme. Okay, let's do that top. So what I'm doing is I'm creating my point. Normally if it's a shorter nail, I create the point, but with the longer ones, it's a little harder to do, especially when you've got the foil on. Can't quite see what you're doing. So just constant filing, and eventually you'll end up with your point. Am I in shot?
Can't actually see. Yeah.
Bit boring watching someone file. So I'm just gonna finish. So you can see it coming forward now. I'm using a 100 grit file because that's what it takes really to do an extreme shape. Got a split there. Anybody else do extreme shapes? Okay, start working the whole nail so I get the round. I'm supporting it from the underneath. There's a little bit come off there. Let's just shorten it. Okay. Okay. Almost there.
That was short.
Yeah, I've gone back. Okay. Okay, I'm not quite happy with that. Okay.
Yes, I did a Mariana, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I did a few, but Joe is so easily. Yes, Joe is so easily to file.
Yeah. I didn't have any clear gel left. That's why I haven't used gel. I've had to use acrylic. Okay. So I always go round my cuticle area with my e-file because it, you have to excuse my cuticle, I keep picking them. You get much, I think, I like nice flush. Okay. The reason I'm umming and ahhing about this bit because there's a thick bit there which is bugging the life out of me. Bear with me a second. Let me see what bit I've got. Get rid of it. That'll do. Needle bit. My other stuff, it's all in sterilisation, ready for tomorrow. You can see there's just a thick bit here. So I'm just going to take that out. It was throwing me when I was filing. I know it's going to be uneven because we're doing the crackle effect, but that was bugging me, sorry. So.
She said I have plenty of clear gel, could have sent you some.
Oh, never mind. I do need to buy some, but you know, I'm in between brands. I've tried a few different ones and I can't make up my mind which one I prefer. So that hence I've run out. I'm on the verge of running out of acrylic too. I'm not going to have anything left by the end of the week. And it's because I can't make up my mind which brand to use. So damn indecisive. There we go. Sorry, that took longer than normally, but this acrylic isn't hard to file. I did just put a bit too much on, but I thought that was be safe than sorry because I can't always gauge with the tin foil. Okay, it's just a slight lump there. So when you're looking to see if you've got it right, so you look like this, you look like this, and you know, from all different angles, and you can see whether you've got any lumps or bumps anywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the cuticle. Remembering to keep my apex at the back to do the counterbalance. And see. So if
you said I'm going to do one tonight, it's really interesting.
Yeah. As I say, you can do them shorter, but I just thought, you know what, do a long one. So you can see it's practically straight all the way down. Yeah? That's what you want when you're seeing if your filing is level. Okay? Salon nails, if it's slightly out, it's not going to notice, and your customer most certainly wouldn't notice. Notices a little bit more when you do extreme shapes. So if you're not sure, just give it a little extra to be on the safe side. Okay, and I'm just gonna, I always do this rolling motion because it creates a lovely uninterrupted shape, if that makes sense. Sometimes I look at people's stilettos and they've got sort of line, like ridges. Am I out of shot again?
Just saying. Yeah, not really.
Right, I'm just going to reduce that just a tad more. There it is. Can't pick anything up for love nor money. It's the worry about the busy week ahead. So has many people done lots of Christmas nail art? Mine's been about 50-50 really. Not everybody's been wanting Christmas nail art, which sometimes is quite refreshing if you've had a majority of the day of all Christmas nail art and then someone comes along and wants something different. Okay, one last bit and I'm done with this. I'm just going to put some decals. Having that unsmooth finish underneath plays havoc with my senses. I keep wanting to file it. Okay, there's a tiny bit of tinfoil there, but we'll leave it, it's fine. Okay, so on the other one I put, because I didn't put the blue, I've put blue snowflakes. So on this one I'm going to put white. Let me just cut them out. These are decals. I think I got them from Angie Bonds, these ones. And I use an egg cup. Look, egg cup. There are white ones on here, but you can't see them. And I've just noticed, cutting the blue ones off, I've cut half a white one off.
Yeah, that same lady said I called it blick. The shiny not interrupted line on the top of the nail.
All right, yeah. Yeah, it's all about keeping the nail file constantly moving. That's the knack. And not to keep, so you avoid filing in one place for too long. I used to do that when I first started and I could never understand why I couldn't get my shapes right. And I'd have like a ridge bit and that was why. So I'm just trying to, be too bad if I've cut it off. Can't see it. Okay, so what I tend to do, I'm using Jules Top Coat. So what I tend to do, sometimes I use the sticky stuff, for foil, but for quickness today, I'm just going to put a bit of clear, just there, to stick my decals to. And then I sort of part cure it and then finish top coating. Okay, so you've got your file. I always sort of take the wet off. Okay, there's one. I think because you've created a pattern within the acrylic, and it's quite a full-on pattern, I don't think you need much nail art or anything. So I'm being really cheeky and just using a decal tonight. I keep trying to push the decals because it's quicker and easier, and it doesn't matter if I've got the shakes. Okay, can you see? Right, I'm just going to part cure that. Sorry, Daisy, chucking her phone on the floor. Put my teacup over there. Teacups are absolutely brilliant. You can use them for monomer. Egg cups, sorry. You can use them for monomer. I use them for my water. I use them for all sorts. However, my daughter Daisy uses them as shot glasses.
At one time. When I was 16.
Yeah, 16th birthday. Come downstairs. She'd had a party. Come downstairs in the morning, and there are teacups all around the house. Egg cups all around the house.
I couldn't find a shot glass, alright.
So her and her friends were using my egg cups as shot glasses. I wouldn't mind, but I bought a loads of throwaway ones, so we didn't have to worry about washing up or anything. They were all still sitting on the side.
Probably use those as well.
But egg cups everywhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some top coat, and if you do the underneath too, because you want a glass-like effect, you can see it. I'll cure that, and then I'm done. It's quite fun adding like inks or gel polish to monomer and creating different effects, and your customers just can't get over it. So it's not just a jelly now or glass now, you can create lots of different things.
Some they put laughing faces at my egg glass.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
It's like waiting for a kettle, isn't it? Okay. Excuse my shoddy cuticle. Finished touch. Can you see? Slightly blue. You can see the cracks. Got a bit of glitter here and there.
I'll just put it backwards a little bit. There we go.
Okay, and if I show you the underneath. Always remember when you're doing nails, when you check the underneath, they should be the same thickness either side. Otherwise it looks wonky. And again, the longer the nail, the more it notices. So bear that in mind. So yeah, so that's it. I'll put a picture up later. That's it. I'm not going to be back on till after Christmas now. So I'll catch up with you all soon. All take care and have a fab Christmas.